Hi everyone, let's go through Bitcoin to start with, and then we'll go through alts as usual. So this is 1 day scale time frame. What do we see here? Right now, Bitcoin is near all-time high. So this is all-time high. This is little higher, and this is little above. I mean below. So it's in that range. So this is all-time high range. You may say that. And it's not about exact dollar number. It's about a region or zone, right? So now on we have seen that for since like whole entire month that on weekend it's not doing anything. It's like a following holiday, but there is a change happening here. I see more and more slowness in Bitcoin. See, whenever it used to correct a little, I would not say even correct, but maybe like coin was, it was restless here, and then some correction, 5% correction, and immediate move. This was the only where I thought it might go down, but it didn't. In matter of few hours, it went up like couple of hits to this level and then went up like, and then followed by the great candle here, and then it continued moving up, and then this was the first candle where the correction started, and since then I'm feeling that this, I'm not saying it's dead or something, but uh like it could follow this pattern, right? It could follow this pattern and go up. This is something we would like to have or see. Okay, something like this. And or it just continue going down, and I think this is a required level for a reason. So somebody, it's so important. I think you have seen in past also. It's so important, this required level, that it's like a level where if it doesn't achieve, because whenever there is fall, there is going to be bounce, but it has to reach certain height. Otherwise, it cannot fly. Now it has to. So 64, 65, 64,500 is required, so we should not forget. And I mentioned that because sometimes we forget that it's bouncing, but I have to remind that this is a technical level which is a requirement. It must be broken above for it to go for a higher level, otherwise we could see a lower level. So it's as simple as that. Now it's not about risk or threat, it's just that it's a requirement. It's, if this is like a finish line, unless you say you cross the finish line, you cannot say you completed the race. It's like that. So this is a technical requirement, of course, based on my analysis, and this is a ticket or gate to the next level. And if this is not broken above, my stand is right now it can continue with the consolidation as it is doing, or it can try go down and make new low. It is possible simply because there is no energy at this moment. The volume was going down. Volume was going down, and I don't see any energy here. So we don't know. It might pump. We don't know, but at this moment there is no evidence of such pump. Right? I'm looking forward for this kind of a pattern where, but it's something we have to wait and see, wait and watch, kind of. Right. So support one S1, maybe I can make this little lower, but I'm not changing for now. So this recent low can be your guide, in a sense that you need to have alerts below, just at this level, maybe a little higher, so you get enough time, because this could go down, right? And if this goes down, all the active list coin, because these coins are more or less in line. So now, as I said, no, I didn't say in this call and this recorded session, but I mentioned in the call before the recording started that now we have a situation where some alts are diverging from Bitcoin and some alts are sticking around. So all the active list you see, 80, 90, 99% of the coins are sticking with Bitcoin. where we have some opportunity outside of this list, which we'll talk about later after this Bitcoin session. But the point I'm trying to make here is, uh, if Bitcoin goes down, all the coins in active list are likely to go down, except few, like HNT is not doing something, doing differently. Maybe that, maybe few, like hard to say. Shiba might do something differently. Who knows? Usually HNT one and Shiba, those three. I don't recall any other coin which could do anything different. Usually, otherwise all the coins follow Bitcoin as far as active list is concerned. Okay, when so my attempt would be to see opportunity beyond this list, and we'll talk about that later. But I'm just giving you heads up that Bitcoin is weak at this moment, not a threat. There's a difference. So, but not an advice. No, this is not advice, but you are experienced enough to understand what I'm trying to say, that if there is opportunity, there is an option for you to reduce some and get something else. So never get out fully unless you really want it. Always reduce. So if anyone, and I'm going to provide many opportunities in coming days, because if there are, of course, if there are, and I mean, you can grab those. So but you have to just change your mindset, say I'm holding this, but can I take a break and get something which is moving up and I return back? Try that, I mean, right? So not pushing you hard, of course not, but giving you option, because sometimes you don't know what to do and you think that what if my coins start moving up, and I'm saying that if that it's not going to happen unless Bitcoin improves it, right? So that's my take. I might be wrong, but that's my take. If as I speak Bitcoin is melting down, okay, as I speak it's dropping actually, and look look at the, oh, yeah, look at the impact, right? Look at the impact. So that's what we are going to see now. If Bitcoin goes down even more, then you're going to see a further drop, right? But this pattern allows it to go even closer to S1 and then goes up. So we have to see if S1 is able to hold this time, right? There is a symmetry. This is a left hand side, then this is a middle side. This is like a inverse head and shoulder, you may say. So if inverse head and shoulder might be visible on 12 hours, that's a possibility. So maybe I should shrink a bit and show you. I hope you are able to visualize. I hope so. Let me go to 8 hours, maybe that will make a little more. So whatever I said is, if it goes below S1, then you can. At this moment, this is not the level where you should be worried, in my opinion. Okay, right. So let me draw this. You see, this is shoulder, this is head, or maybe you can say smiley face, these are two eyes. Let me show you. Eyeball. Oop, that has to be a little fun. This is smiley face. Will make the Bitcoin happy. See, now Bitcoin is happy. Nice, right? I know you cannot, this is recorded, but nice. This is a face. We are creating a face. Sorry if I'll try to make it little like Nice, right? This is the head, forehead, right? And I'll create some spike to orange hair. This is like a ghost, but like a Terminator. Anyway, okay, I won't digress a lot, but I sometime I
Wonderful drawing.
so this is funny though. It's even recording you can speak. I mean this I'm trying, so it's not that if you are in light mood, yeah, we don't have to be too much. So this is anyway, let me come back. This is just imagination, but interesting one. Okay, this is formally, this is head and inverse head and shoulder. Okay, like this. So it's under it, this is being, this is not complete yet. This is happening now. As part of this process, you see how it will create a symmetry like what you see here. It will create a right hand side portion, so it might eat up the weekend, like Saturday, Sunday, in order to do this, right? And that makes so today is 30, right? So if you look at, it makes sense. So this is November 1st, and if you look at the width of this, then it's like November 1st, right? And then we can expect then it should go up, right? And then complete this entire. So maybe I'll extend this like this, and I'll extend it like this. You see, nice, right? And then this is your boundary for the head, but I'm making smiley face. This is nose. I think we should have our own style. Inverse head and shoulder is so boring. This is much more interesting pattern in my opinion. So this is like human face. Anyways, okay. So what we have to take care. So this pattern will break. This pattern will complete with this, but this pattern will break, would break if this S1 is broken now. So this is important point to be noted. So you need an alert at S1. So if it starts going below S1, then this is a failure, you know, and then well, we should take care of this risk. Otherwise, so the point is, I don't think we are going to get anything for next 2 days. So we are going to see this kind of a sideways movement for next 2 days, and with as per this pattern, on first or second, it should start moving up Monday, Tuesday, and then go for the recent high, consolidate, and then shoot up. So that's my take on Bitcoin, right? On one day or little lower times frame. This is what we see. So I'll remove this drawing. I hope this is, anyway, this is recorded, so you can always refer back. I'll just hide all the drawings and go for weekly to see how the weekly looks like. So weekly, little better than start of the week, I would say, because the start of the week was red and middle of the week also red. Now, because of the recent bounce, we got a green candle, which is important because we didn't want week to end with a solid body like this is like a kind of a doji. It's of nowhere. So weekly says, I don't know what I'm doing. I haven't decided my direction yet. Of course, there is no risk, there is no threat. It's sitting near the top, so there is nothing to worry from that regard. Long-term point of view, because now we are talking about weekly, right? So this is a recovery bounce, and it is consolidating. So it can consolidate in this region. But as I said, if at a lower time frame S1 we have it start breaking, then I think you should be on alert in a way, then take care of your positions, because then it can dive, especially also will lose more as usual in that case. So that's why it's important. So at this moment, if it can maintain this level and continue as I expected, like in inverted head and shoulder, then we should have a breakout next week. Otherwise, it will look for a lower level. In that case, it will be super boring, and potential risk to this recovery. And in that case, in a worst case scenario, this could be just double top, by the way. I don't want to talk about that at this moment, but in that case, if it goes down, continue going down, then assume this is double top and end of the bull run. Just I want to just mention one sentence, okay, because it's sitting here, so talking about end of bull run doesn't make sense. But remember that we have to meet the requirement, and the whole entire move, especially this one, was ETF driven. I was thinking that it could have gone down, and then from here there was a major risk here, and it went up because of ETF. Now ETF news is gone. Now we'll have to see. It has to do without ETF thing. So it can come down to 50k range as other level we have, and then move up. You see our level S2, and then it could climb up. That's a possibility. I think end of the bull run is not something we should stress about unless it break below S3. So this is way higher than S3. We don't have to talk about that. But S2 is on the table, like S2 possible. So it might touch S2 and then goes up. Right, the way it is behaving, it's simply doing something different than I would probably expect it to do. I can understand this reaction. To be honest, I was not expecting this behavior this week. This is fine because near all-time high, this is fine. But then it should have gone up, and it is like, so it didn't do anything. It, in fact, it made new low. The weekly low was a point of concern for me. Good that it bounced, and now it is now kind of in an equilibrium. It's like, but this move is more defensive move. See, this move is not that I want to go up and shoot up like and break above and make new all-time high. This move was not like that. This move from this recent low to current level is more like a defensive move. And also couple of sell-off that I saw was nasty, like very deadly actually, this one. And it made me think what so here consolidation, right? It started going down from here, consolidated, nice pump, and then hold on, I'll just make sure the volume is up. So I have turned on the volume, and you see this was a major sell-off with a high volume, not a good sign. But it also includes some buying, so it's very hard how much was the selling and how much was the buying. This was quick, but the way the speed and the level that I saw, I mean, to me this was scary. It broke below this support. There are defenders, I'm sure they defended, but what they did after defending, why they stopped? If they wanted to push, why they didn't push? That's something is not adding up. So that's why I'm saying that this particular drop is more defensive. Sorry, this particular bounce is more defensive bounce. This bounce is not for new all-time high. And now you see during this call, in fact this was not there before the call started. This is also a little bit of aggression. This is not very, like, this is not melting effect. This is also, I see sign of aggression here, rejection, and this candle. This is 1 hour, but still I see some aggression. So there is something we have to be watchful in. That's why I'm stretching that it might hit S2, and that's where we might see bleeding throughout, and we'll talk about that when we talk about ALS, because you would see the impact on ALS right away. Okay, so just be careful on this one, and as I said, just be aware. Okay, don't listen to people who are saying all-time high 100K all the times. Just try to be open-minded here, because sometimes I'm not saying negative thoughts. I'm not saying think about breakdown or crash. That's not what I mean. Open-minded means just allow alternative scenario in your mind, allow it. Because if you are prejudiced with certain mindset, then it will not allow you to think otherwise. So I just wanted to say, just be neutral at this moment. It's not about bearish or bullish, but just being an open mind, right? And try to see what is really happening. It's not about taking load or worried. It's not about worrying. So that's my message, very important message. Okay, so I'll end here. Let me quickly look at a monthly month. Not bad, of course. Strong monthly. Strong. I should not say not bad, it's strong. So monthly is strong, no doubt. So we'll have new month coming in 2 days, right? So month end, we'll see how it goes. Weekly, kind of neutral, but these two back-to-back candles showing that it's not sure. This is not a sign of new all-time high prep. This is not preparing for all-time high. This is more like, let me dip and then try to go up. So, and as I said, if you look at this pattern, we saw at 8 hour inverse head and shoulder. Now I'm going to highlight something that at a higher weekly scale, you see this kind of curvature here and then move up. We might see similar kind of a curvature and then goes down, where you will see this is a head. So no, we haven't talked about it, but let me show you on a different format, so I don't have to change my drawing. But this is something you have to keep in mind. This is head. Kind of a this kind of a flat movement, and then plunge up, and then a plunge. Nice little sideway movement. I'm trying to make it symmetrical. So this is like kind of this is left hand side, this is a center part, and this is right hand side. This is a possibility right now, not a probability. Probability means what is the likelihood of the outcome, right? So likelihood is very low. Possibility wise, you can think about various possibility, but then you have to deduct and say what is probable, and then you choose, right? So right now this is not a probable scenario, but as a possibility, my job is to at least highlight. I am not emphasizing a lot, but it is possible that in this case, if this it follows this kind of a pattern, then this would be a double top, and then look for this, and then if it comes down to this, then very very slim chance for it to bounce, and that will be the end of bull run, right? So I'll just leave it over here without stressing too much on this. We will not talk much about it. Okay, so let's come back. So right now, I think we have very, very simple strategy here. You just have to make sure that you follow S1 and the recent low, this week's low. Consider these are all stepping stones where you can use to manage your risk. Okay, and up to S2. So if you have tolerance up to S2, don't do anything. But if you think that this drop could, 14% drop could be 20% or 25% drop for us, then it's a problem. So just plan for it. And otherwise, right now, there's absolutely no risk. But as soon as it starts going down, then you have to think about it. And I'm here anyway, so we'll open a call and talk about it, so we don't have to talk much at this moment. So that's my take, right? So We want more volume. Volume is diminishing, it's going down, and that's the factor I've been highlighting, which is something I never liked, and I'll continue highlighting that fact. Okay, so I'll end this session, and then move into arts. Okay.